Hello everyone. Welcome to Fiaura. Let me move my microphone where it's supposed to be. Now some of you go, why do you have random errors in your videos? Do you guys really think I would have random errors in my videos, or do you think I actually plan all of it? The conspiracy, I say. In the meantime, we have... When was the last time I reviewed a Tier 9? Long time ago. Hi T-90MS. How are you? We're going to review you, finally. So, for those who don't know, the T-90MS is the export version of the Russian T-90 Vladimir. Basically, this is Russia's tank that they give to people. And in this case, this is the biggest, baddest tank as far as alpha, damage, and penetration are concerned. Now that I'm done talking like that, let's go review it in comparison to its other Tier 9 main battle tank brethren and sistren. So we have Challenger 2. Doesn't she look pretty? We had Leopard 2A6. We have the M1A2. And just for comparison's sake, because it wields a main battle tank gun, we're actually going to look at the M8. So, we're actually not comparing the T-90MS in terms of, armor with this thing. We're just going to compare it in terms of firepower and its general capabilities. So, the T-90MS almost gets out-penetrated by the Thunderbolt. Nowhere near the same alpha damage, but that's because I have this thing set up for pure alpha destruction. And it doesn't make the DPM. However, you will notice the light tank does have more hit points. That's right, T-90MS is a very low hit point vehicle. Light tank also drastically accelerates. It has better camouflage and better view range. Better gun depression too. Quicker aim time. Better accuracy spread while we're at it. So, the light tank kind of functions like a light tank. A main battle tank with, much better mobility and gun handling characteristics. But, as you can see, it doesn't actually outpin it by just a little bit. Next contender, we have the M1 Abrams. Now, to me, the Leopard 2A6 and the M1A2 are kind of the weaker contenders in the Tier 9 game. That's because they both kind of feel like the same steel box with slightly different characteristics, but nothing significantly different. They don't have anything that stands out and makes them pop. That much said, the M1 Abrams is not coming anywhere near the T-90MS's penetration rating, its alpha strike rating, its damage per minute, despite the fact that I have my M1A2 rigged for rate of fire, and my T-90MS rigged for alpha strike damage. The T-90MS still wins. It does have more hit points, significantly better armor than the T-90MS. As you can clearly see, the composite structure of the T-90MS is significantly weaker in comparison to the M1A2, both on the turret and the hull. The T-90MS, however, is quicker to accelerate and has a higher top speed. Much better camouflage rating than this other main battle tank, the American, but significantly worse view range. You're basically blind on a T-90MS if you don't know. You are not as accurate. You aim a little quicker when you're rigged for aim time. And you basically have the same turret mobility, but I will tell you right now from experience, the T-90MS has much better hull traverse than the American Abrams, even if it has worse gun depression. In comparison to the Leopard 2A6, you again have the least hit points out of any main battle tank. You do still have the highest penetration, highest alpha, highest damage per minute. Those are yours. They're not taking them away from you. Armor-wise, you are not nearly as well armored as the Leopard 2A6 German brick. It's not going to happen for you. Sorry. And you are slower to accelerate, but you have a better camouflage rating and worse view range, meaning sitting still, you might outspot him, but once you start moving, you are getting spotted first. Get used to that. Be prepared to push through enemy fire from tanks you can't see. Moving on to the traverse speeds, the Leopard 2 A6 does have a quicker turret traverse, and I will say a faster hull traverse from actual experience. It's the only main battle tank to beat the T-90's hull traverse. It has better accuracy but a longer aim time as well, and much better gun depression. This thing's gun depression blows. Get used to it. Lastly, we look at it versus the Challenger 2. Of course, you know, every main battle tank beats the Challenger 2's alpha and penetration. It does beat the damage per minute. It almost beats the reload, surprisingly. Every tank, however, does have lower hit points, but that achieves the T-90MS as the lowest hit point of all the Tier 9 main battle tanks, meaning you are the least armored and lowest hit point vehicle. You are therefore one of the most vulnerable. Be prepared to get penetrated. It'll happen. Despite being covered in your ERA all over the place. You are, of course, faster than the Challenger 2, it being the slowest main battle tank. So, yay! You've proven that you're faster than most vehicles, and you are the best camouflage main battle tank around, even if your view range blows. There are Tier 7, 8, and 6 main battle tanks with better view ranges than the T-90MS. Yes, all the way down to Tier 6. I believe even the MBT-70 has a comparable view range at 311. Holy crap. That's terrible. The Chinese Tier 6 has better view range than you, has the same view, has better view range than you do. Holy crap, be prepared to be outspotted. The Challenger does have better gun depression, but is much slower in terms of traverse speeds than the T-90MS. Just saying, it's slower. And it's slower in terms of max speed and acceleration. It does have better accuracy, but still, you gotta, if you're set up for it, you got a quicker aim time than all these main battle tanks. What does this mean for the fighting style of the T-90MS? It means you are a cannon. A gigantic, devastating cannon. Your job, whether you like it or not, is to cause massive, massive damage. Now, moving on. Commander, because I forgot to do this in my last review. I prefer Freya. She gives you that better aim time. She gives you that higher rate of fire. Even if you're not really focused on rate of fire, you can focus on rate of fire in the T-90MS. I recommend alpha damage. But also she makes it where you're going to wreck their shit. You're going to wreck their stuff. You want to be doing that. Crew, I recommend Smooth Ride to increase your accuracy while moving, and then I recommend Spin It to win it. So your already quick hull traverse becomes quicker. As for your gunner, you don't have a loader, which is one of the reasons I don't recommend going for rate of fire with this vehicle. I recommend quick draw and do the twist. One of the few vehicles I will say this on, do the twist will work for you over marksman or shoot from the hip. This is one of the few vehicles I recommend that, and that's simply because you're going to take your already quick turret traverse and make it faster. So when you get flanked, the number one way to die in a T-90MS is to get outflanked. You can still turn and bring your gun to bear. Ammunition load. This is one of the only main battle tanks in which I'm going to say this. You're probably going to bring about as much heat as you do armor-piercing sabos. There's a reason for this. Your heat hurts a lot. And when you are, and not only does it hurt a lot, you have a penetration factor that makes some people's sabo rounds look weak with your heat shell. Believe it or not, your heat shell has more penetration than most Tier 8 main battle tanks have on their sabo. If you've got a shot, you take it with heat if you can. Once you've learned how to penetrate stuff with heat, you will be happy as hell. In addition to this, take 3 of the thermobaric missiles for if you're in a situation in which you cannot penetrate the target with full penetration. These thermobaric missiles come in handy, I have noticed. As well as a single frag round to finish off somebody, because you do have a massive damage shot of frag. Consumables. Spare part. Standard consumable loadout here, guys. No special shit on this one. I'm dead serious about this. Do not equip any special shit on this one, because you will regret it. The T-90's engine is notorious for catching fire, and the T-90's not exactly the safest for the crew. Just telling you now. Now here is where things get interesting. You get a universal retrofit slot. I recommend experimental propellant. You already have the highest penetration in the game. You don't mind if you're not the most accurate thing in the world. You want to hurt, and you also have the highest alpha in the game, which is why I also recommend the magnetic actuator to cut your aim time as much as possible and further increase your damage, bringing you up to a total of 14.45% extra damage, almost a full 1/6 extra damage. To illustrate how devastating this truly becomes, your heat rounds, without a critical, can do 1,300. With a crit on a regular shot, your heat round can do 1,600 damage. Ow! Ow! What the fuck, man? Ow! Yeah, you will rip things apart. You will one-shot some particular AFVs, such as the Tier 7 Weasel, will just instantly explode. Armor. Go ahead and just take the hull reinforcement. You need all the hit points you can get. You have the least hit points of any Tier 9 main battle tank, and you even have less hit points than a bloody... Well, let's not get into it, but you have some pretty low hit points, if you know what I'm saying, base, such as the Terminator 2 having a little more than you. Just telling you now. And that's your retrofit system. Now, let's go over how to hurt this thing. The gun breech is not penetratable, just so you know. This driver's port is penetratable. This is not. This hatchback here is penetratable. This, and this all do partial damage. The turret ring, if you can get a shot at it, is razor thin but penetratable. This forward drive wheel is very unprotected, so if you expose the side, you can penetrate. Lastly, this down here is not. This right here, there's a little belt of armor right below this area right here that is the best chance to penetrate, because it's the flattest point of the frontal plating, as you will notice. There it is right there, just above that hook. Just above the towing cable mark is the flattest point of frontal armor. It gives you the highest chance to penetrate the front lower plate. That's where you want to shoot. If you're looking at this thing's side, you need to shoot at it from behind in this cage armor section. Same thing with the side of the turret. The cage armor section is vulnerable. This is not only ERA plating out here, but massive space armor. So shooting this is very unlikely to penetrate. You need to shoot behind it where you see the cage armor start, or where you see nothing, such as on this side you see there's no cage armor, nothing. It's just a flat out toolbox that you can blast through. Rear of the vehicle, aim for the rear turret, not the rear hull. The rear turret is actually thinner than the rear hull. Though it doesn't say so on paper, the rear hull does have a slight slope to it, and there is a chance that your autocannon rounds will bounce. Or shoot at these vents up here on top. From above the tank, know that this entire turret from here forward is not penetratable from above. You need to shoot back here at present time. Also, the underbelly does not expose very much when this tank goes over, so don't expect to get those underbelly shots like you do on the Leopard 2A6 or the M1 Abrams. That's how you kill it. That's how you fight it. That's how you fight with it. Now, I am going to be driving this one today. Sorry, guys, but I don't exactly have a replay from you guys to show off the T-90MS. Let's go get it started. Alright everyone, we're on the high wall map. I am driving my T-90MS. Actually I can't tab to show you who I'm platooned with, so we're going to have to go expose that real quick. I am at present platooned with Hellspiker and Shordeck. Shordeck driving an Ariete, he doesn't have a tier 9 yet, and Hellspiker driving a Leopard 2A6. Now as you can see, I'm outpacing the Leopard 2A6 just barely. But in fact, yes, you are quick. You can keep up with with basically the speed main battle tank. In the short burst, in the long burst, he will outrun you. But at the moment, I'm gonna try to take advantage of this thing's massive firepower. Now, you guys requested I play this on stream, and I said sure. And this is what happened. I don't particularly like tier 9 right now because it's pixel hunting, or you need a really aggressive team. Aggression wins armored warfare. I can't say this enough. This game is won by who is the most aggressive. I'm going to say we're spotted by the crab up there, but I'm not particularly worried about the crab. I'm more worried about the Challenger 2s down here in front of me. He does get a shot into Hellspiker. Here comes the Chally. I get a hit into his upper commander hatch, partial damage shot, but my partial damage shot is still almost 300 points of damage. He bounces me, bounce him. This is what it is, it's pixel hunting. He is from the Panda Clan, but then Hellspiker gets a decent hit in, and I follow it up with a direct hit to the driver's port. You guys can barely see with all the dust scattered around here, but we are focusing him down. I fling a missile. Doesn't hit where I want. Hellspiker flings a missile, and it does hit where he wants. Now I am going to pull up here, and we're going to engage the RSOP player. Yeah, we're engaging competitive clan players here and winning. We do have an ally in the T-90MS who's being very, very aggressive. It's time to continue that aggressive streak, and we need to finish off this Challenger 2 before the guys on the hill can support him. I'm telling Hellspiker, keep to the left as hard as we possibly can, because they will snipe us from up there on high, and our Challenger 2 friends behind us are not keeping them very well suppressed. Hellspiker, however, just charges the guy and gets behind him. I wait for my shot and deliver him the good news. Now I recognize I'm in a vulnerable position. I do take a hit from another T-90MS and from the Challenger 2, and I back off. I throw down smoke to try to cover my retreat. Hellspiker is going to start to finish that Challenger. I'm going to get loaded. I hit him in the upper turret. I didn't get the actual shot for the kill. But then one of our Challenger 2 finishes him off. But Hellspiker he's not in a position to retreat or withdraw. I am. That other T-90MS makes the mistake of giving me any side armor at all, and I take maximum advantage. This T-90MS down here is going to try to shoot me, and nope, not happening. Your missile is not going to get through my active protection system. I get up the hill. I almost get hit in the side there. I do, however, deliver a shot to that Ramka's turret as hard as humanly possible. And I just realized I might want to move my camera. And that Ramka's turret still takes 500 damage from my Sabo round. He still takes 300 from my AP round. That is the advantage to having this massive alpha damage shot. Even on partial damage rolls to hatches, I'm still doing almost 300. It hurts to get hit by me. Flub it, but I do shoot down the missile that the Ramka was firing. I almost got another shot in here. The Ramka wisely moves to cover, but he's not going to last much longer if I have anything to say about it. Now, even with this inaccurate gun, you can tell you can still make some pretty decent shots, both on the move and sitting still. Look at that! 271 on his commander's hatch. That is why you equip this thing for maximum alpha shot. And the Challenger, of course, gives up most of his side. He fired the smoke. I couldn't get the shot off at the Ramka 99. I wait to reload, and then instead his friend delivers the finishing blow. I try to finish off the T-90MS with a cheap shot. Not going to happen here today. I mean, this is... you have to stay in their face. You have to stay being aggressive. And I recognize this, and this Challenger 2 right here does not. His other Challenger 2, however, has recognized it's time to push. So I'm going to trust him because he's got 2 freaking kills and most of his health still. More than I am going to trust this guy back here. Now he tries to hit me with a missile and it just bounces harmlessly off the rock. The Paladin shoots at me. I take some hits. I'm fine with that. Alright, Panzer Howitzer. I'm not happy with you. It's not a Paladin, excuse me. It's a Panzer Howitzer. That brings me to my second kill. As we drive through here, I switch to heat. Because the only thing left alive are 2 crabs and a Panzer Howitzer, and heat shells will rip them a new one. Even if I hit their tires, the crabs will not take a heat round from me. So long as the heat round has an angle at which it's going to hit their body and do actual damage, I have the penetration to punch right through their tires. And right there, I just noticed it, is the Panzer Howitzer's tracers. I know where he is now, without question. I'm wishing that Challenger 2 would have noticed it. But then I see the crab. The crab comes out and just rips apart. Bringing me to my third kill. I try for a shot here. I don't think I'm going to make this one because I'm going to have to snap it. Yeah, nope. I did, however, see that Panzer Howitzer's shells. Now, I am about to make a critical error. I'm just going to admit it. I'm going to make a critical error here. And that is, I am going to just come flying around this corner full tilt right into the Panzer Howitzer's gun while he's loaded with a full clip. He shoots me once. Look at that! The only reason he is alive right now is because you are not allowed to destroy players with a one-shot kill. If not for that limitation, I would have just blown him up completely. That is what the heat shells do in this thing against lightly armored targets. Even against the Ramka 99 or the Terminator 2's turret, you can still expect to do in excess of 600-700 damage when you shoot them in the turret, much less if you get a hull shot at a vulnerable point. That's why you load the heat. Now, let's go take a look at the stats from this particular grueling slugfest. Alright everyone, here we have it. The T-90MS stats. 5,999 damage, 1 point short of 6,000. Sad face. I got the gold star. I also got recon with a tank that has the worst view range at tier 9. Come on, guys. You should be out spotting me and me provide support fire to you. As you can also see, it hurts. It really hurts to get hit with this thing. My kills, I only actually shot them one time. The other people that I had to shoot multiple times, I didn't get the kill, but I still delivered massive damage to them. Gold star, so first place, 4,400 raw experience. Comes out to 16,228 XP on a regular day of the week. Nothing special about this day. Also 188,159 credits made. Pretty nice if you ask me. 18 shots fired, 15 shots hit the target, 3 misses. 10 of those 15 shots did in fact penetrate. And the armor does mitigate quite a bit of damage so long as you stay moving and keep your front facing your opponents. As you can see right there, absolutely nice, almost more damage than I dealt, blocked by the armor. In addition to the 8 enemies spotted because I was hyper aggressive, I did do 2,700 spotting damage while I was at it. Just pure spotting, not even destroyed tracks. And on top of this, the APS did protect me from 1,978 points of damage in this 7-minute brawl fest. Now, before you go anywhere, let's get into a PvE match and do some live recording of a PvE match in the T-90MS. Hello, everyone. I had hoped for Operation Albatross, but Cerberus will do, considering I've never done it either. This appears to be on the same map as Operation Onyx. We are in our T-90MS. We have a M8 along with us, another T-90MS, and a Type 98, as well as a Leopard 2A5. I am going to get packed in here with the devastating heat shells, as I showed you guys earlier. It absolutely will wreck their shit! Fine with me. Ah. He turned just enough to stop me. Apparently we are assaulting the train this time. Ow. That hurt, Paladin. That actually really did hurt. The sandstorms apparently make this difficult to see shit. Oh, hello. Stingray 2, you were about to get the worst surprise. Oof. Oh, that was a below average hit, too. You guys thought I was kidding when I said this thing would rip people in half. I wasn't.
Identify target. Tank. Incoming Artie. We're hit.
Damn Artie. Oh my god, that thing hit me for another 400? Come on. Pick another target. I don't like artillery in the frickin' PvE. They tend to just to pick on one person. And it gets really old. I hope they have fully fixed that, but it seems like they have not. Ah! Slippery dog. Don't you face me. How you like it? Huh, punk? Huh? That's why I bring heat shells. Even against main battle tanks, it still hurts. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, got that low damage roll. Come on, come on, come on. Let him turn, let him turn. How you like it? What's up? Yeah, you want quad number damage rolls? This is how you do it.
That one's down. You stirred the hornet's nest. So what's that plan?
Splash? What the hell is splash with a heat shell? I'm very confused. I'm expecting to take a hit here. Come on. Come on, you two! Get up here! Give me a hand! Come on, come on. There it is. Get another shell in here. We're gonna... Oof. That's not okay. What? That was green pen marker. Bounce. Wait for it. Wait for it. Deliver a slap. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on. I can't advance. I'm pinned down here. So I'm waiting for that. I only got 2 heat shells left. How you doing? In my last heat, down to AP. Not that I mind. I've been doing my job. Still rolling 891 with my freaking AP shells. Like I said, you hurt. You make them bleed every time you hit them. Hello, Termy. That didn't actually hurt. I'm just saying. Good night. Alright, now that I can outflank, we are going to.
Target locked on. Penetrating. Target's gone.
Alright, he's done.
Another tango down.
Destroy the remaining lieutenants. Ah. We get that artillery piece out. Let me give this leopard a hand with this mate here. Now the defect with the T-90MS is of course ammo count. I'm already down to 13 actual shells and I have missiles left. So you will likely have to use your kit even if you don't need it for hit points. You will need it for ammunition because you're going to run out. It's just a fact. Alright, let's get up over here and go after this Challenger 1. I got lucky there. Come on, fix the track. We are not in a happy place.
Alright, track's up.
Give me full repairs. Load heat.
By target.
Oh, hello. I thought there was only supposed to be one of you.
Track's up. Moving a hard hit.
Have at ye. Son of a bitch. No damage with heat. See if I can get below their guns. Ow! For frack's sake, can I get some support instead of you guys just sitting back all sniping? Ah, fuel tank hit. Come on, go through. I want to wreck this guy's shit. Gotcha. Really? That was the back of his turret. No pen. Really? Come on, gun! See, this is the annoying thing. Is even at point is when you need it, it doesn't hit. I wish that the other MBTs would move the hell up here and give us some support fire, but they are refusing to actually engage the targets. Shoot him! Are you AFK? I really don't understand that, Leopard. Why are you not moving and shooting? You can't tell me you're stuck. Because the only way you could get into that position would be to back into it. So apparently they have not watched my How Do You Play and a main battle tank and PvE video that I made as kind of a joke, kind of a, hey, you guys should start doing this. In which I showed you how to be a main battle tank. I'm just saying, I'd appreciate it if I had some more aggressive main battle tank players. Especially when I walk away with the damn blue star and the highest damage on the team. Despite the fact that many of my shells didn't actually penetrate because I aimed them poorly. 32 hits, but only 21 pens. I aimed some of my shells pretty poorly for 11 of them to do nothing. Highest damage mitigated because I got the target award as well. And apparently I was the most accurate out of my team because I got the shooter award for spite purposes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Mr. Leopard 2A5 and T-90MS. Where was your raw aggression? Get in there and kick some butt. But that is pretty much how you play this thing in PvE. You want those heat shells in order to be able to do full damage penetration, and you need to learn exactly where to plant them to make sure that the heat absolutely devastates your target. Now that we are officially done with this review, if you found this review helpful, or you just liked the video, do me a favor, Plant a T-90 heat shell directly into the like button's rear armor, thereby giving it the biggest surprise butt sex it's ever had. You know you want to hit that like button, especially if you get to hit it that way. If you would like to see more stuff by Fiaura, then sign up today and click on the subscribe button. After all, you could always sign up and be a member of the army. And I'll see you on fan platoons later today for World of Tanks too. You might want to tune in. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon. Or you can check out the ad at the end of the video and go see who the sponsor is. Who knows, you might find something you like and buy. I don't know. I don't know what everybody's interested in. Half the time I don't know what I don't know what sponsors you guys get, because I don't have a lot of control over that. But here is the previous review for you. It is the T-80, the predecessor to this vehicle. Right there. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura, officially signing out for right now, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone! Fired at him. It did, in fact, hurt him. No, actually, that wasn't getting hurt by the fire. That was getting hurt by him ramming it. The Weasel probably did not anticipate a T-80 to come down that aggressively onto his head.